working for you in high definition. This is Channel 4 News Today.
Good morning. Welcome to Channel 4 News Today. I'm Ann Mccloy. It's Sunday, July 28th, and we've got a nice forecast today, don't we?
We do. It's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Let's begin with what's happening on the radar right now.
Love this forecast, Nancy.
Yeah.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
We'll check in with you in just a few minutes. For the second time in just over a week, a person in a wheelchair has been killed while trying to cross an intersection. The latest incident happened just before 1 this morning along Murfreesboro Pike. Police say a man in a motorized wheelchair was trying to cross the road outside a crosswalk when he was hit by a Cadillac Escalade. Medics rushed him to Vanderbilt Hospital where he died. Police say that he was wearing dark clothing and that the wheelchair was also dark in color. Officers do not plan to file any charges against the driver. And just over a week ago, a woman in a wheelchair was struck and killed in Clarksville. At last check, that incident was still under investigation. A gunman startled a store clerk during a robbery in West Nashville overnight. It happened around 11:30 at a gas station on White Bridge Road. Police say the clerk was restocking some shelves in the cooler when the robber slipped in, flashing a handgun, and started demanding money. The clerk handed over the cash and the robber ran. Police searched the area and they had canine teams, but the robber still got away. Do you think they were excited? More than 300 soldiers made a triumphant return to Fort Campbell overnight, and you heard the crowd screaming for them. The plane did not touch down until about 2 this morning. There were plenty of anxious families waiting when it arrived.
It's a weird feeling. I mean, you're so excited. You have so many emotions. You want to cry, you want to laugh, you want to jump up and down. You know,
I just wanted to kiss her.
Oh, welcome home, everybody. The soldiers are members of the 1st Brigade Combat Team, and that group has spent the last 9 months in Afghanistan. Vanderbilt Medical Center has laid out the terms of an early retirement program as it grapples with daunting budget cuts. The hospital hopes to shed $250 million from its spending plans over the next 2 years. And part of the solution will mean a smaller workforce. Vandy has launched an early retirement program for veteran staffers approaching retirement age. As an incentive, 6-month salary and 2 lump sum payments plus $2,500. Employees have until mid-September to sign up. According to the Tennessean, as many as 1,000 jobs could be cut over the next 2 years. Well, visitation begins today for a Gallatin police officer who lost a battle with cancer. Officer Kevin Thomas died Thursday after a fight with a malignant brain tumor. He was 34 years old, and Thomas leaves behind a wife and several children. Visitation begins today at 1 at the Alexander Funeral Home in Gallatin. His funeral is tomorrow at 1 at Gallatin's City Cemetery. Families in Bedford County refuse to give up hope as they search for missing loved ones. Last night, a candlelight vigil was held for 6 missing people. Family members are desperate to find Antonio Taylor, Shelley Mook, Bobby Smelser, Paul Massacati, and 2 children, Chloe Leverett and Gage Daniel. Organizers say events like this help lift the spirits of their families and keep the community involved.
So that's why we get you all here. That's why we do these things. We get our families together for support. We get the community support, awareness, and most of all, leads for searches so we can find them and get justice and bring them home.
The toughest part is not having them with us and seeing their sweet little old faces and the joy that they bring to us.
If you've seen any of these missing people or have information about their whereabouts, call the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Investigators are trying to figure out if drugs or alcohol were involved in a deadly head-on crash on I-40. Yesterday, Tavares Nat and Gary Hendricks died when their cars collided near Fessler's Lane. Police say Nat was driving the wrong way on the interstate. His Dodge Charger clipped 2 other cars before it hit Hendricks' SUV head-on. No one else was seriously hurt. Another interstate crash has claimed 2 lives in Robertson County. Darius Deal and Amber Trumbull were heading west on I-24 Friday afternoon when their SUV ran off the road into the median. The car hit several trees before it tumbled to a stop. Neither of the victims survived. And more sad news this morning. Grammy Award-winning musician J.J. Cale has died.
It's easy, easy as pie.
Cale is best known for writing Eric Clapton's After Midnight and Lynyrd Skynyrd's Call Me the Breeze. But Cale was also once a member of the Grand Ole Opry. It was the touring company at the Grand Ole Opry. His manager says that he died Friday at a California hospital after a heart attack. Cale was 74. A historic steamboat might be leaving Chattanooga soon. According to WRCB, the Delta Queen has laid off its entire kitchen staff. Since 2009, the 90-year-old ship has been a big attraction along Chattanooga's riverfront. But now the owner is considering bids from potential buyers. The vessel and its crew may relocate to Cincinnati. A new park in Mount Juliet will have children smiling for years to come. It's the culmination of years of work after a family tragedy. Channel 4's Forrest Sanders with the story.
1, 2, 3, fire it up!
The Mount Juliet community is racing in droves, splashing their feet and blocking shooting streams of water with mighty force. Getting drenched is getting rave reviews. But for the Bright family, this view is exactly what they envisioned. To honor a little girl loved by a whole city and beyond.
I wondered whether I would ever be standing up here at the end of this journey.
3 years ago, the Bright's 2-year-old daughter Ava passed away after complications from a surgery to remove her tonsils and adenoids. Mother Krista Bright says she made a promise to herself Ava would not leave the world unnoticed.
Didn't want to just lay down and give up on life. I wanted to give back to our community.
After 3 years of the Brights raising money and being awarded grants, today this is it. Ava's splash pad is opened in Charlie Daniels Park. Everything is a representation of all Ava loved.
She loved to eat blueberries and strawberries. The rainbows have a huge significance. The night that we lost her, there were double rainbows that popped up everywhere from Vanderbilt to on the interstate. We felt like she was sending us a sign that she was in heaven and she was okay.
But now with parents swinging their kids through the water and the park filled with laughter, Krista Bright says there's no better way to keep her daughter's memory alive than this.
It's been a 3-year journey that has ended wonderful.
I'm Forrest Sanders, Channel 4 News.
Forrest, thank you so much. It looks like people are having so much fun out there. And today, the weather's going to be right for that kind of thing, splashing around, maybe going to the pool.
Oh, lots of sunshine, low humidity. It's just going to be a great day for spending time outside. Already, as we look on the west side of town at St. Henry's School, you can already see these bright, clear, sunny skies. What a beautiful morning. Check out this view in Macon County, one of my favorite views anyway. We always see an enormous skyscape here, and what a view this morning, looking absolutely gorgeous. Here at our Channel 4 studios, we're cool at 62 degrees, wind coming in from the north. That front that was moving through yesterday, well, now it's out of here, but it brought in some cool air behind it, and that cool air will continue to move in as we go through the day, and the drier conditions will continue to filter in as well. 65 degrees right now across town at the Adventure Science Center. Okay, we are checking temperatures elsewhere throughout Middle Tennessee. Nashville International at 63. Look, off to our northwest, where the cooler air is reaching you first, you have some pretty cool temperatures. 56 degrees this morning in Hopkinsville, 54 in Clarksville. And we're checking our live Doppler radar. Everything is dry here. And if we put this into motion, you can see that over the past 6 hours, there has been a little touch of rainfall right here in the northeast corner of Middle Tennessee, and that has moved on out, crossing the Jamestown, Crossville area and exiting via the plateau. So a look at what we expect today and for the next 7 days. Today, sunshine, 80 degrees. And for once we can say that's 80 degrees that's going to feel like 80. It's not one of these deals where it's 80 degrees, but it's going to feel like 95. Then Monday, tomorrow, 85 with sunshine. Tuesday, we start to get a few showers, thunder showers in here. That increases to a 50% chance on Wednesday. So Wednesday, Ann, is when we have our best chance of rain. We're warming up again next weekend into the 90s, which is normal.
All right, thanks, Nancy. Just ahead, millions gather to catch a glimpse of Pope Francis. But first, the latest on a deadly crash in Indianapolis. A bus full of teenagers overturns just a mile from its destination. And this is a live picture this morning over the Cumberland. Oh, look at that sun, looking beautiful. We'll be right back. A devastating bus accident in Indianapolis has killed 3 people this weekend and injured more than 2 dozen. Here's Dan Sheneman with the story. Now, we know some of the victims had to be airlifted to local hospitals, but there's no word on any of their conditions this morning. A mom who was supposed to watch her daughter walk down the aisle now has to lay her to rest.
She's supposed to be married two weeks from today.
The wife of Secretary of State John Kerry is now at home and recovering. 74-year-old Teresa Hines Kerry was admitted to the hospital after a seizure earlier this month. She left the hospital yesterday, and doctors say she should make a full recovery at home with some limited outpatient treatment. Kerry is a breast cancer survivor with 3 grown sons from her marriage to the late Pennsylvania Senator John Hines. She's also the heir to the ketchup company fortune. It's been 60 years since North and South Korea signed an armistice that ended combat in the Korean War. President Obama and North Korea's leader both made appearances to celebrate. Here's Christina Mccloy. She has much more on the day's events. Christina, thank you so much. I am so excited to get outside today. We've been talking about this since yesterday. So kind of perfect weather in the forecast. And
I have so been looking forward to this day.
All right. Thanks, Nancy. Up next, a big honor for singer Celine Dion and a unique fashion show happening today in Nashville. Pets and people prepare to hit the runway. We've got all the details on this one. Coming up next, here's a live shot this morning of the interstates. Traffic moving pretty smoothly this morning. We'll be right back.
You're watching WSMV Channel 4.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waking up with us. Celine Dion has been honored with the Order of Canada. She was given the award Friday night in Quebec, and she's been a member since 1998. But she's now at the highest rank there is, Companion. The Governor General Office praised her for her generosity and commitment to a number of humanitarian causes. And her husband was also, he's also received a medal as a member during the ceremony. So they both went home with a prize. All right. Well, zoo officials in Washington are on an anxious pregnancy watch. This is Mai Shang, and she lives at the Washington National Zoo. She was artificially inseminated back in March, and officials say her hormones are rising. That means she's either pregnant or she's having a false pregnancy. So officials are really hoping she's carrying because she gave birth last year to a cub who died just a week later. If she is pregnant, her cub will be born sometime in September. For the first time in San Francisco, the public got to watch the March of the Penguins. These baby penguins, they had to leave the kiddie pool and march to their new home on Penguin Island at the zoo. Look at how they waddle and hop around. They're so cute. And they're pretty excited, too. The annual event is usually closed to the public, but this time zoo officials decided to let the world see the little ones make the big old trip. A one-of-a-kind fashion show is taking over Nashville's Hutton Hotel tonight, and it's all about lending a helping hand to animals. Channel 4's Ian Wrights has more in Pay It Forward. Ian Wrights, thank you so much. Coming up, a man in a wheelchair killed along a busy Nashville road. We have all the details on that overnight story. And a salute to our troops. Hundreds of heroes welcome home. They were welcomed home overnight, and we have all the wonderful video of that. A look live at downtown right now. Sun is rising. Beautiful morning. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll be right back with another half hour of news.